Before we start this video, I just want to show you a quick example of the type of plays that the Warriors used to dismantle the Los Angeles Lakers on opening night.
The assist for the Lakers. LeBron was 8th in assists. They go inside. Looney is there. LeBron covers. Doubled by Jordan.
That's 3 passes for a wide open corner tray. And guess who's the orchestrator of this beautiful symphony of people and ball movement? Well, let's just rewind it and take a look back.
And to the assist for the Lakers. LeBron was 8th in assists.
Yep, it all started with a double team on the chef, who then made the right play by passing it off and letting his teammates finish the rest. And speaking of his teammates, I'm wondering what's on their head whenever Curry does this type of stuff, and what do they think about his game, especially for the fresh faces? Well, for Nemanja, he ran out of good words to say to Curry and was simply amazed by how he single-handedly revolutionized the game. Bielitsa said, "I mean, this guy's unbelievable. It's like a video game. He's such a good player that whatever he does, everything looks easy. He definitely changed today's basketball, and that's why most of the teams are trying to play small ball. But the things he does on the court are really tough for some other guys. That's why he's so unique and special." Jonathan Kuminga also echoed Bielitsa's comments about the chef by saying that he would always use Steph in NBA 2K, and just like in real life, Steph's video game counterpart doesn't miss as much too. Kuminga specifically said, "It's been real crazy because I'm not even going to try to be funny, but I used to use Steph in 2K, so if you're using Steph in 2K, he don't miss at all. At all. So when you use somebody in 2K and then you get a call that you were getting drafted to the same team as him, it's crazy." Let me just play this 2K video and see if what Kuminga said was true. Holy shit, the rumors are true. I mean, even in 2K, that's a half-court shot. Steph is truly a one-of-a-kind basketball specimen, and you'll be left in awe like Nemanja and JK, especially when he starts splashing threes like these.
Looking for that opening. Steps back. Crossover. Fires away.
Controlled it with a dribble, lost it, picks it up, behind the back, splits traffic, throws up a wild shot.
Sheesh. No wonder why this guy just got inked to a second $200 million contract. Anyway, moving on. While Nemanja and Kuminga talked about Steph's out-of-this-world talent, Otto Porter Jr. doubled down on his impressive work ethic and leadership. It's amazing to see his work ethic. A lot of people don't get the chance to see that. He's in the gym before and after hours just putting up shots. We've got young guys that are watching that, and they're in the gym too. So he's being a good leader on and off the court, just making sure that when we do get the ball, we've just got to knock down our shots with confidence. Well, speaking of the other young guy in the roster, Moses Moody was able to pick Steph's brain during practice, and he shared some lessons that he learned playing with him. He knows that he's one of the best shooters in the world, and so sometimes he might not even want to shoot, and he just wants to make you be on the high screen, and then he just goes past you. It's strategic like that, and it helped me read the defense, and sometimes kind of gotta pick your poison. In almost similar fashion, Steph's brother-in-law, Damian Lee, talked about the adjustment period that new players had to make working around him since he's the focal point on the Warriors' offense. Steph's one of the most unique players that has ever played in this game. Not only his ability to shoot and score, but everyone sees how he can impact the game from off the ball. So it definitely is a learning curve, and it takes guys time to really get adjusted to how he plays. But it's just a matter of knowing your spots, knowing what you can pick, where you can score, where you can be effective, and then it's kind of an easier transition once you kind of figure that out. Steph really is unique. I mean, how often do you see a player do something like this?
Steps back, nearly traveled. Go back to him, gets scored.
Oh my goodness. Playing against Curry is not even fair in the eyes of some people because he's just so dang good at finding the bottom of the net. But when you're playing alongside the chef, just like Juan Toscano-Anderson does, basketball seems to become twice as easy. From one generational talent to another, JTA compared Steph to Iron Mike in terms of his greatness and talked about how he changes the complexion of the game with his mere presence alone. JTA said, "I mean, if you get into a street fight and you got Mike Tyson standing on the side of you, how are you going to feel? That's the best analogy I can give you. He is a different man. I'm looking for him because he's going to make something happen more often than not. He's just a magnet, and the defense is just gravitating towards him, and it's opening up a lot of things. I get a lot of slips and a lot of open tray balls, just a lot of different things. I don't want to use the word comforting like I go out there intimidated or anything, but it just makes you that much more confident. Like I said, I know how to fight, but if I got Mike Tyson on my side, I'm just going to have all the confidence in the world because I know Mike Tyson is knocking anybody out with a haymaker. I got Steph Curry on my basketball team. I feel good. If Steph could pull off haymakers just like Iron Mike inside, I think this play would perfectly sum up what a solid knockout looks like.
Curry from half court.
Anyway, moving on here, call him whatever you want to call him, all right? JP, JP3, the Splash Pool, Kid Splash, Jordan Poole will certainly be the difference maker in the Warriors lineup going forward. He helped Steph with 20 points in their season opener win against the Lakers, and I think learning under Steph has finally paid dividends for JP as he elevated his game to a new level once again. JP always looked up to Steph ever since, and in a podcast interview, JP shared his relationship and the close bond that he developed with Steph over the years and how it helped him improve as a player. It's amazing. First of all, Steph is a big bro. I ask him questions all the time. It's like, imagine if a younger brother, a younger player going against the older player, you're going to want to ask as many questions as you can. They're going to want to teach you. It's 3 years for me, and I think this is year 13 for Steph. I'm 10 years of knowledge behind, and that's the guy that I want to ask questions. It's amazing, man, and we're both competitive, and we always want to get better. Whenever we go against each other, it's always competitive, and we try to push each other as much as possible. I try to push him to let him be as great as he can be. I try to learn as much as possible from him. Moving on here. From the now vaccinated Andrew Wiggins, he is still shocked by the things the chef can deliver to the platter, even if they've been teammates for almost 2 years now. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing. The kind of shots he can make, the time he can make it. There's a lot of stuff he can do. He can score with the basketball, but he's just as deadly off the ball. That's what makes him so special. What he does on the floor for us, you can't replace that at all. There's no one playing that kind of game right now. He's on his own level right now. The chemistry between Wiggins and Steph inside the court is undeniable, and you can see in this next play that the two are just simply having fun with this crazy alley-oop.
Every time you make a push, Washington's at an answer. That is a high lob that somehow...
Speaking of crazy, have you seen this play made by Kevon Looney last season?
And then you get it again and get denied. And then you get it again and you still get denied. But then you finally put it in.
Looney is the Warriors' resident rough and tough guy who always cleans the glass, sets screens, and plays hard-nosed defense so that the offensive guys like Steph can focus on shooting the ball and putting up points on the scoreboard. When Curry dropped 62 points against the Blazers, Looney acted as if nothing happened because he has seen this happen many times before. But for those guys who were new on the team, they finally got a glimpse of what Looney was talking about when he said, guys were just treating him like he was just a regular star and not one of the best players in the league. I was telling them when Steph gets going, ain't no show on earth like this. I've been gassing him up and telling them how special it is and how different it is to see it live. For many of them, that game was the first time they got to see him actually go crazy and how he controls the game. Anyway, guys, Steph Curry is going to be unleashed this year with his new supporting cast. I mean, check this video out right here, where I go over exactly what the difference is this year and also a bit of the two-time MVP's thoughts on the 2022 season. It's an amazing video, guys, that you do not want to miss. Anyway, click the video, watch it, enjoy it, and like always, I'll see you on the other side.